President of the United States, so the timing was perfect. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. I want to hear from you. I'm going to ask you one simple question. One thing you've learned over the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to walk around, be prepared, don't give a speech. One thing that you learned the last 2 weeks.
Well, I said this before, but when Dr. Warren was asking, but basically that a lot of people agree on the specific problems that are kind of associated in politics, and then the big disruption comes in kind of how to solve it.
Okay, I'm going to go over here since you were cheering so loudly. One thing that you have learned the last 2 weeks.
Wow. Just that we need more representation in government, not just across gender, but race and sexuality as well.
Very good. I'm going to go to the back. One thing that you learned the last 2 weeks.
I guess that the two sides are closer than they appear.
Interesting. All the way over here. One thing that you've learned in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I've learned that climate change is a very big existential threat, and John Kerry was a very interesting speaker. Provided a lot of information that we all need to know what action to take.
Call to action. Yes, and I'm going to go all the way back here, and then I'm going to have Sarah and Stephen weigh in. So you're hiding back here. One thing that you've learned.
Well, I learned that a lot of the candidate races are mostly focused on like trying to win their primary more than the actual race against their opposition to the primary and the actual general election.
Primary is the bigger concern. Exactly. Okay. So a lot there. Sarah and Stephen, we may be closer than we think. The media is polarizing, and primaries are a bigger concern than a general election. Sarah, you want to take that?
Well, I think what you kind of encapsulate all of that in the fact that everything in Washington is infused with politics. That's something you learn really, really quickly. It's not just the relationships that people are building, but it's why are they doing every single thing that they're doing in a day? Who are they talking to? What are they meeting on? What are they trying to get done? I mean, every single thing is infused with whether they are a Republican or whether they are a Democrat. And a couple people mentioned that, of course, there is goodwill between individual members of those parties, but even in the 6 years I've been covering Capitol Hill, the polarization has made it so much less likely that you hear about those relationships, that there's actually anything ever that comes out of it. There have been big bipartisan attempts to get things done, on the budget, on immigration. They have almost all entirely faltered, and there's no sense of any of that changing. So, yes, it is very important to know that there are efforts to bridge the gap, but it is inherently a political system. That's why that's at the root of everything. That's the root of every single motivation of every politician in this town. So it seems like you guys have picked up on that lesson. It took me a little while to learn. You guys have only been here for 2 weeks. Very good. So I'm sure we'll talk a lot more about that. Impeachment is a very huge example of that.
We will. I want to ask you a question. Can you pull up video on here or not? Is it not a computer? Okay. I was going to show something, but we'll talk about it. Stephen Dinan, what are you hearing from these students?
So one of the interesting things, whoever mentioned that the sides may be closer than we generally think, is very interesting, and there's some good evidence for that. And the fact that the press sort of fuels the polarization, countering that, and also some good evidence for that too. You guys may have heard about this, most Americans probably didn't hear about this, but at the end of last year, in the middle of major fights over impeachment and border wall money and stuff like that, there were some pretty big bipartisan things done. A whole lot of bills passed in the last 2 weeks of the session of Congress. And some really interesting stuff stuffed inside of much bigger bills. I'll give you one example that you may not have heard about, but it's